Rhinox says, "Hey Ren, hope you and your family had a good Christmas." Thank you. Likewise. My Christmas is pretty good. Chris and I don't celebrate really. Her religion doesn't celebrate Christmas, and I'm not religious, so I don't celebrate Christmas. Um, at least not the way that the masses celebrate Christmas. I do like a little bit of Christmas cheer. I do like my lights and my Christmas tree and the cookies and all that stuff. But I just think the whole commercialization aspect of it is really disgusting. Um, and so I don't participate for that reason. Um, but I like the time of year and I like the holiday as it is. Like the spirit of Christmas, I guess, is what I would be referring to. So we have our own little thing where usually it's just us relaxing. We had a special dinner on. We usually have our own little, dinner. We cooked Christmas night. We did Christmas Eve. She was at her parents' house, at her mom's house, and she cooked like I literally even sent her a TikTok. I was like, "You've become this aunt," and it's this meme in Mexico of there's always the one aunt who becomes like the cook for every holiday, and that has become Chris. Chris is the cook for every holiday that her family does. They all call her and they say, "Can you come cook?" Because she's just the one. So she did her cooking out there. She cooked duck actually, and brought some home. So we had leftovers the 24th, and then the 25th we cooked some sea bass and asparagus, and had half a bottle of Shiraz, and it was glorious. And we slept like rocks. And then we woke up. We had another couple glasses of the leftover Shiraz for breakfast this morning, which was leftover sea bass mixed with scrambled eggs, and it was just freaking delicious. Um, I went spinach, so I just threw some spinach in the pot and fried it up real quick, sautéed it real quick, and then chucked the fish and some scrambled eggs in there. It was good. So we had a very, for us, it's all about just. I mean, I think I slept like pretty much 18 hours out of a 24-hour period. I feel like it's probably not quite that drastic, but I did sleep for the first time in a long time. I just couple of days of just laying in bed, and I think I did like one video per day, did a couple of streams but very short streams, and just relaxed. And it was nice. I'm technically still in relax mode, but today was my first official day back to work. So today was not a heavy day, and I did take another nap a little while ago for about an hour in here. Um, and then I had my first. Today was the first official I've had some tastes of coffee as I've been off coffee for like 3 months. In the last week or so, I've had a couple of sips of Christina's just kind of get back into it. But I had my first official like coffee this morning. I didn't drink it black, or this afternoon I should say. I didn't drink it black, but I did have a shot of espresso with some sugar in it and some almond milk, and it was delicious. And it was nice to feel caffeine for the first time in a while. It was like, oh yeah, my friend, welcome back. We ordered a basketball for Christmas. There is a basketball court at the park that's like closest to our house. It's maybe 5 minutes away. It might be a little more than 5 minutes, but it's literally go out, go right 2 blocks, go up a block, go right a block. There's the park. It doesn't have nets or anything, but it has the rings and a court. It's an outdoor court. And Chris was like, what we should get a basketball. And I was I'm not very good at basketball. She's like, neither am I. And I was like, but you like it? She's like, yeah, I'd like to do some basketball. So we're getting a basketball. I think it's coming Thursday or Friday. So I guess apparently we're gonna go start doing basketball together at like in the mornings or something. Which I'm fine with that. Like, shoot some hoops, something I hated doing as a kid, but doing it with your spouse, it's kind of fun. Let's play some one-on-one. We're working on our insults today this afternoon. There's this kid on TikTok who wears a Spider-Man outfit. It's Mexican TikTok, but he wears a Spider-Man outfit. He's got to only be like 9 years old, 10 years old. And he says the most horrific things. But it's basically, he'll like trash talk and then he finishes it up and he calls you a dick face, basically. But it's just this kid, he's like, your mom sucks and so do you, dick face. And then he'll like, every video ends like that. It's childish humor. But we found that the other day, and so we've been sending each other insults on TikTok as well. It's like, it's gonna, it's gonna be fun to play basketball with my wife. Anyway, rambling, beginning rant off. Let me get through this here. I gotta answer a couple comments, and then we're gonna get into the gameplay here. Welcome to YouTube, Ken Wallace. For those of you who might be new, don't forget we are multi-streaming on Twitch as well, so you can watch live wherever you want. Day-to-day action happens here on YouTube, but we do multi-stream in both places at 5 p.m. Central Time. At least over the holidays. We'll see how the schedule goes once we get into the new year. And tonight, we are back playing Rogue Trader, which has been a very pleasant experience. I feel like this is a great way to sort of close out the year, is to just have another really good CRPG to play. I don't see too many CRPGs on my radar in 2024. Most of the games I want to play are going to be action games. So like Star Wars Outlaws is going to be first person, well, excuse me, third person over the shoulder. I think with some first person stuff in it. But Star Wars Outlaws will be that. First person will be Avowed next year. Dragon's Dogma, which I'll probably end up playing. There's nothing else that I know of that's launching in the March window. So, given that that's the only thing I know of in the March window, I'll probably be playing that in March. We'll see. But I think that the goal for January, February is going to be finishing up Rogue Trader, doing my second playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, World of Warcraft stuff. If I get time, I might like to try to play Dragon's Dogma 1 all the way through before Dragon's Dogma 2, but I'm also not I'm not going to force that into my schedule. We're just going to see where it happens. And we still have no release dates for any of the other games that I want to play, which I'm anticipating late 2024 for things like Avowed, Star Wars Outlaws, stuff like that. GTA 6 isn't even going to be until the following year, 2025, so I don't even have to put that on my radar this year, but I will definitely play that when it comes out. The Starfield DLC, that might happen next year, so I'll definitely play the Starfield DLC when it comes out. Yeah, I don't know what else, but right now we got lots of Rogue Trader to do because I'm still, only level 20 or something, level 21. We got a long way to go. I know we have a quest here, and I'm gonna go look this up because I cannot figure out where is Kiavagama. I'm going to look this up because I don't know exactly where we're going. I want to see if anybody's got a location. Okay, that is... No, that's not the one I was looking for. Oh, Sanctum. I'm totally looking this up because I want to find out, because I don't want to spend a lot of time exploring systems tonight. Oh no, Dreadwolf's definitely not coming next year. It'll be 2025, I think, on that one, which I'll definitely play it. Also, the next Mass Effect game, I'll play the shit out of. I don't shit on BioWare like a lot of people do. I will happily play Dreadwolf, whatever form it takes. I will love it because it's a Dragon Age game, just like I loved Andromeda as a Mass Effect game. No, it's not as good as the original, but it's still a worthy entry, and I'm not going to shit on BioWare because I also loved Anthem. Like, I like their games, even if they're not commercially well received anymore. Sue me. But no, that won't be next year at all. It's showing this over here. Nova Septum, the God Emperor's Scourge. Where are they looking? Oh, it's all the way over here somewhere. Oh shit, how do I get over there? I'm gonna have to do some traveling, it looks like, to figure out how to get over here in the first place. Alright, fair enough. Well, that's the quest I want to do. I want to work on main quests tonight, so I had to figure out like how to get over there. Because one of the big things, I was talking about this the other day, I feel like some of the parts of this game are not conducive to streaming per se. And I say that because I don't have the audience of like Co-Carnage where you've got, 5,000 people watching you. If that was the case, I would feel more compelled to just do everything. But I'm a smaller, I'm just now, yes, I've streamed for 2 years, but I just started taking it really seriously with the multi-streaming since October. And, it's still something where as the numbers grow, I'll start to stream more frequently, but it still makes more financial sense for me to spend 12 hours a day making video content to upload than it does to be live because I make more money I make a living off the uploads from YouTube. So that's where I make my bread and butter. But this game has the same issue that Kingmaker and Wrath of the Righteous had, Owlcat's two previous games, which is the kingdom management side of the game is tedious, and it's a lot of it. So, like, as an example, like, they don't show you where to go on the map. That's totally fine. So, like, I've already uncovered all of these systems, haven't traveled to barely any of them, and I don't have any waypoints that would show me that it's a main quest system. So you're just expected to go system to system and explore, and you can put colonies and you resolve conflicts. There are hundreds of hours of gameplay in this game if you want to just do completionist mode and go across the whole map. Look also how big this, I've been playing for 30 plus hours, and I've only really, these ones with the yellow circles are the ones that I've visited. So I've visited maybe a dozen planets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 planets, 10 systems. I've visited and done quests in 10 systems in 30 hours of gameplay. Look how big this map is. Like, there's all this over here to the edge that we go up and up to here and all the way over like this. We can come down and come back over, come back. This is if that represents 30 hours of gameplay, right? There's at least 150 to 200 hours here if you want to go clear the entirety of the map, which is freaking nuts to think about. But the problem with that is that the space exploration part of the game is you're just going to planets, you're going to systems, scanning the planets, mining resources, and occasionally coming across things that you'll do on the planet, like ruins to explore, things to resolve. I have found that not to be that entertaining to stream that stuff because it's like the other day I played for 3 hours and all I did was scan planets for 3 hours. And it wasn't like, you're not progressing the main storyline, you're not getting any levels, you're not doing anything exciting. So I've been kind of like, it's a weird thing where I got kind of bored with the kingdom management stuff in their other CRPGs as well, even though the CRPG components are excellent. Rude Rebel says Anthem looked and felt great but had no content. I would just disagree with that. I would entirely disagree with that statement though. I pre-ordered it for my brother and I for Christmas or whenever it launched that year. We played it both on the PS4, had blue screen crashes at the wazoo because the launch was horribly bugged. Still had a great time. The story was a little short, but for a single player storyline, it's your 10-12 hours. It's very typical of like Halo or a Call of Duty campaign. Like the main component of that game was meant to be the multiplayer, but just the storyline component Welcome to YouTube, Rubuddy. Just the storyline component for Anthem, I loved. Like, I've played the main campaign through twice, had a great time doing it. I love the flight controls. It felt great. It played great. It felt like a great BioWare experience, like a good 10 to 12 hour campaign. Um, I didn't really, I don't enjoy the like lobby based. I'm the same way with Destiny 2. I love single player Destiny 2, but where Destiny 2 loses me is when you finish the single player storyline and you're stuck in the in between gaps, in between expansions, and you're just expected to like rotate through the queue and do dungeons over and over and over, and maybe the occasional raid. That shit is boring to me. And so that part of it, I would say that I don't think that it had a lack of content or depth per se. I think that the end game needed more there. But from a single player standpoint, I thought the game was absolutely freaking amazing. So yes and no was what I would say to that. Because from a storyline perspective, I felt very satisfied with that game. But once I got to the end game, it was like, what am I going to do? I'm going to grind out parts for my Javelin, and I don't want to max out every Javelin. And then after like 2 months, I had already maxed out everything for my primary Javelin, and I was like, well, I'm done. Like, I'm not going to sit here for 6 months and rotate dungeons while you patch the next piece of storyline content in your game. And that was the area where I think they stumbled a little bit, because if they would have had more storyline content dropping like every 3 months or something, every 90 days, I don't think it would have been the failure that it ended up becoming. And it still sold 5 million copies. So if you think about that for a minute, from a financial standpoint, it wasn't the smash hit that they hoped it was. But from every report I've read, they recouped their losses at least. They didn't make money, but it wasn't a total loss. Because selling 5 million copies is still a respectable enough place to be, even if it's maybe not what they expected to see. I mean, I think they were hoping 15 million, and it was like, oh, only 5. Ouch, that sucks. Like, I don't know. I made a video about it earlier this year, and I went back and played it on the Xbox Series X and told everybody, hey, I think it was on Game Pass at the time, but also you could pick it up for like $1. So I told people, and I made a YouTube short about it. My YouTube short still gets hundreds of hits a day and has been going for like 6 months now. But it literally is Anthem worth it in 2023? And the reality is that if you just want a cool single player game to like play for 10 or 15 hours, do it. It's like $1. You can get it for like $1 almost in any digital store, and it's a great 10 to 12 hour storyline experience, a BioWare game, core through and through. And then you get to the end and you like, wasted potential. Fuck! Like, there was so much here that could have been. But I think as a company, I'm happy that they try. I would be happier that they tried and failed than if they didn't ever try. Because someone was saying, EVE Online, the company behind EVE Online. This is CCP, I think is the name of the company. So I saw some people criticizing the other day because they're on like their 4th or 5th iteration of trying to launch a first-person shooter type game set in the EVE Online universe, right? And all of their previous first-person shooter games have pretty much failed. Like, they've spent like 10 or 15 years trying to force out these first-person shooter games set in the EVE universe, and they just haven't done well for whatever reason. And I saw some people like on Twitter or somewhere criticizing CCP and said it would be way better if they just stopped wasting money and went ahead over here and only focused on EVE Online. And I was like, why? Like, I love the fact that they have enough money coming in that they can experiment with something and try to create a new game set in a great IP that everyone loves. And maybe they don't get the formula right the first 3 or 4 times, but I would much rather have a company be willing to spend the money to try and fail than to not spend the money at all and be terrified because, oh no, the fans might not like it. Fuck the fans. Make it for yourself first. Like, if you can afford to do so and you're okay with doing that, then do it. Who cares what everybody thinks? Like, do it, throw it at the wall. If it sticks, awesome. If it doesn't, it's a tax write-off. Try again. Like, as long as you're able to financially carry that burden, I would happily say continue to experiment and throw things at the wall. So, I hope BioWare's, I think a lot of people have their panties in a wad over Dreadwolf, and what it's going to look like, and also the next BioWare game. I've seen a lot of people like, oh my god, if it's another, Andromeda style game, oh no. I mean, I'm going to play those games regardless. I'm happy to see what they come out with. I know when the Dreadwolf stuff came out last year, the leak, and it looked like God of War, and people were having meltdowns about, oh no, Dreadwolf's going to be like God of War, no. And I'm like, okay, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm happy to experiment. It's like Avowed coming out as a first-person Skyrim style game as opposed to CRPGs, which the first two Pillars of Eternity games were. A lot of people have been saying negative things about Avowed, having never tried the game because they're terrified, because they want it to be another CRPG and they don't want Obsidian to mess it up. And it's like, just fucking roll with it, people. Like, be willing to try the games with, you know, that 5-year-old spirit in your heart that says, I'm here to enjoy it, as opposed to that cranky old jaded 40-year-old gamer who's like, I'm gonna fucking hate this because of these 10 reasons that I made up before I ever even played the game in the first place. Get out of here. Shit drives me nuts. I think we have to travel here. Somehow I gotta get over there. It's a long way away. Rant over. How do I guess these are cut off at the moment, so we would need to connect over there. It's deadly travel. Probably get attacked along the way. This time, trouble comes straight to the bridge. So this is the one slightly annoying thing about every time you travel dangerously through the warp, you're going to have to deal with a space battle. Now, some people like this. I've got a couple people on the channel who really love the constant random encounters. I'm not a huge fan. I would love to be able to skip these and just, like, make it to my destination without having to do random in combat every time. But it is what it is. It is experience at the end of the day. We're going to try to get over to a main quest area tonight.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
None of you shall survive!
No, I definitely played the first trilogy more through Rude Mobile. I think I did 2 like 3 or 4 times. 3 I did twice. I did the Legendary Edition when it came out a couple years ago and had a great time going through those games again. Andromeda I've done through 3 times, and I would probably not do it again. 3 times was enough, but I think I had a lot of fun the first time with Andromeda. I liked it more the second time around, and then the third time around I was just sort of did a streamlined playthrough to like play something that felt really comfortable. And so I just, it was a couple of years later. I think it was around the time Legendary came out, to be honest with you. But the Legendary Edition was a lot of fun. It was fun to go back to those games and see and experience those again for the first time in a very long time. Alright, nothing on the sides. Nothing behind. It's all forward from here. So, let's get my marksmans over here. Abelard, you up here with Pascal. Let's get my Lady J over here. And do Adira. Nope, I don't want to level her up. Alright. Can I hit him with my grenade from here? Nope. Oh, what do we got back there? Oh, we definitely need to take out the Plague Bearer. Too far away, though. No line of sight.
I am not your secret. I hear you moving. No more. I understand your intent. That is beneath me.
That's the only one I got line of sight to. Well, we'll just hold off. Oh, the play bears. They're gonna blow up or something, aren't they? Oh, they're gonna summon evil creatures. They're gonna convert these guys into abominations. Yep. Mutant crew members. Shit. Alright. I don't have any grenades.
Who if not me?
Let's mark it as prey.
It's as good as done.
Man, the veil is so high right now,
I'll
our
see to it
degradation.
personally.
Alright, my dear. We're gonna risk it.
That is not my destiny. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
We're pushing the limits with the veil right now. Alright, Jay. You can give momentum to him.
You've got a problem? I've got a prize.
At your back. I took care of this one. No matter the cost. My place is at the fort. I will do like you up, you return. At your back and forth.
Oh, this one's gonna take a lot of hit points to take down.
Victory is imminent. At your back and forth.
Oh, he got a few good hits in at the very least. Okay, now she can still take a couple of shots. Missed.
Don't get too cocky.
They're gonna come down from the bottom. Run, bridge officer, run! Oh, I got momentum again. Too bad I can't use it at the moment. Let's do a shout on these.
Indeed.
Let's charge up in there.
I took care of this one.
Let's whack this dude. Go, Abelard, go!
I faced worse than this.
Still got a lot of bad guys to deal with on the battlefield. I should go make a coffee while I'm waiting for my turn. There we go. Alright, I should probably go down here and help out on the bottom side.
Another soul slips beyond the veil. Pay with your blood in the name of Kala Menshake! This tedium is beneath you.
Okay. My turn now. Let's go down here and help deal with those dudes.
Let's make some opportunities. I'll make it happen. Your end was inevitable.
Alright, you, probably can't do anything from here. Oh, I can. A bit of lightning. Poor Pascal, he hasn't even had a turn yet. Let's give Pascal something to do.
Am I getting paid for this?
Sorry, Abelard. You can take the heat.
Tell me, and it is done. You've got a problem, I've got a prize.
Let's see. Let's give a full turn to Pascal.
Wanna see a trick?
Will I be able to shoot them from here? I might be disappointed if I can't. Oh, I can. Alright, there we go. We've successfully defended the bridge. And now we can go back to traveling.
I always have a backup plan.
Quick save first. I should switch over to the controller here in a bit too. I do need to level up, but I'm not going to worry about it until we get where we're going.